Hello, it is Lynx here, and I'm so sorry if I sound dead. I just recorded another almost an hour video, so by the time this is posted, it'll be yesterday's video, which was The Taste of Music on Your Tongue, Chapter 3. That took ages. But today, I'm going to be finishing off Keeping Up with the Bakugous by Sunny from Cabin 10 CHB. This will be chapters 13, 14, 15, and 16, so the last 4. So, without further ado, let's get into this. The first rule of this school, Bakugou Katsuki decided, was that nothing ever went according to plan. But that was the fun of it. Partners, the teacher announced, clapping her hands. You'll be working together all week. Katsuki adjusted his apron, already smiling. Baking was easy, comfortable, something he was good at. Bakugou Katsuki, the teacher continued, scanning her list, with Aaron Vale. The room shifted. Whispers followed the name like shadows. Aaron Vale, the leader of the villain track students. Red-themed uniform, sharp eyes, a reputation for trouble that made people step out of his way. Raven across the room mouthed, "No." Katsuki, however, lit up. "Oh, hi," he said immediately, turning toward Aaron. "We're partners." Aaron blinked. Up close, he looked tired, guarded, like he was raising for impact that never came. "You're not scared?" Aaron asked. Katsuki tilted his head. "Of baking?" Aaron snorted before he could stop himself. Class 2A watched from across the room in quiet horror. "That's the villain kid?" Denki whispered. "He's flirting," Mina hissed. "Why is he flirting?" "He's teasing," Ida corrected. "And Bakugo is, oh dear." Because Katsuki was already flustered. Aaron leaned casually against the counter, arms crossed. "So, sunshine, what are we making?" "Red velvet cupcakes," Katsuki said proudly. "They're my favorite." Aaron raised a brow. "Figures." "Hey." Aaron grinned, sharp, dangerous, and softened just a little. "Relax, I don't know how to bake anyway. You're on your own." Katsuki gasped. "You've never baked?" "I set toast on fire once." Katsuki looked genuinely distressed. "Okay, we'll start slow. You will definitely get the hang of it in no time." Aaron laughed, actually laughed. Class 2A felt the timeline wobble. While Katsuki explained flour ratios with hand gestures and too much enthusiasm, Class 2A tried everything. Sero accidentally bumped into him. The locket stayed put. Uraraka offered to help clean. The locket did not come off. Denki pretended to trip and reached. Raven's shadow snapped around his wrist. She smiled pleasantly. "Don't." Midoriya nearly cried. Meanwhile, Aaron leaned closer, deliberately invading Katsuki's space. "So," Aaron murmured, "you always this loud?" Katsuki spluttered, "No, I just stop looking at me like that." "Like what?" "Like you're doing it on purpose." Aaron smirked. "I am." Flour got on Aaron's sleeve. Katsuki wiped it without thinking. They froze. Aaron's voice softened. "You don't treat me like everyone else does." Katsuki blinked. "Should I?" Aaron didn't answer. That night, Katsuki returned to his dorm room humming. He froze. On his desk sat a single cupcake, red velvet, messy frosting, slightly cracked top. He knew immediately. Katsuki smiled, not loud, not explosive, just soft. He took a bite. "It's good," he whispered, already knowing Aaron wasn't there to hear it. Somewhere in the shadows, Raven watched the future bend. Class 2A realized with dawning horror they weren't just stealing a stone. They were standing at the start of a love story. Chapter 14, The Night. Ooh. The note says this is angst, so let's be prepared. The dance was 3 days away. Class 2A was out of time. The stone still sat in the center of Bakugou Katsuki's locket, warm against his chest, untouched despite every plan, distraction, and near success they had attempted. "He never takes it off," Uraraka whispered. "And when he does," Mina added quietly, "we miss it." Aizawa's voice was firm. "Then the dance is our only chance." Midoriya's stomach twisted. "That's the night it disappears." Bakugou, present day, didn't say a word. The gym glittered. Lights hung from the ceiling like constellations. Music pulsed through the floor. Students laughed, danced, lived. Katsuki stood near the entrance, fidgeting with his cuffs. Aaron appeared beside him, already dressed in black and red, sharp and dangerous, and somehow gentle only here. "You look nervous," Aaron said. Katsuki laughed. "I'm always nervous." Aaron offered his hand. Katsuki took it. From the sidelines, Raven watched them with a small smile. Class 2A moved. Zero's tape snagged the locket chain. Katsuki turned suddenly. "Sorry," he said brightly. The chain slipped free. The stone stayed. Denki tried distraction. Mina tried chaos. Midoriya nearly had it. Aaron's gaze snapped up. Back off, he said quietly. Class 2A froze. He wasn't loud. He didn't need to be. They retreated. Aizawa's jaw clenched. Now or never. The music swelled. Katsuki and Aaron danced. Close. Aaron's hand was steady at Katsuki's waist. Katsuki laughed when he missed a step. I'm bad at this, Katsuki admitted. Aaron leaned in. You're perfect. The words landed softly. Class 2A made their move. The locket came free. The stone slipped from its setting. Time shuddered. The first scream cut through the music, then smoke. Fire burst from one of the speakers, sparks raining down. Panic spread instantly. Too fast, too loud. Katsuki! Raven shouted. Shadows should have surged. They didn't. Her quirk gone. Katsuki! She screamed again. He turned. Raven was trapped behind falling debris, smoke curling thick and choking. Raven! He ran. Aaron grabbed his wrist. Wait. Katsuki tore free. He sang. His quirk flooded the room, music warping, forcing rhythm, emotion, but without the stone it fractured. Order twisted into chaos. People screamed louder. Movements clashed. Panic multiplied. Katsuki, stop! Aaron shouted. It was too late. The fire roared. Raven vanished into smoke. They never found her body. Only ash. Only silence. Katsuki didn't cry. He didn't speak. His parents arrived the next morning, faces pale, hands shaking. We're taking you home, Mitsuki said, grabbing him too tightly. Back to Japan. Aaron tried to see him. Wasn't allowed. Class 2A returned with the stone in hand. The future locked into place. That night, Bakugou Katsuki entered his dorm room exhausted, heart pounding, chest tight with something he couldn't name. He stopped. On his desk sat a cupcake, red velvet, messy frosting, badly done. His breath caught. Bakugou stared at it for a long moment, then sat down heavily on the bed, rubbing his eyes. Shh. The lights flickered, and somewhere, deep in his chest, something mourned a girl made of shadows and a boy who once danced before the music broke. Chapter 15. What is going on? It started after a week-long winter break, which honestly should have been illegal. Only a week in this cold. Bakugou Katsuki came back to the dorms. Different. Not in a dramatic personality shift way. No sudden smiles, no softness he hadn't already earned, but in the way that made everyone feel like they were missing a page in the story. He left the dorms more. Like a lot more. Sometimes late, sometimes early, sometimes right after dinner, jacket already on, phone buzzing in his hand. He'd step into the hallway to answer calls, quietly, which was suspicious on its own, and shut the door behind him. And when he wasn't gone, he was in his room, door closed, lights on, online constantly, but not talking to anyone. Jiro noticed first. He's been active for 3 hours, she muttered one night, scrolling. No messages, no calls, just online. That's creepy, Mina said immediately. Like horror movie creepy. He could just be gaming, Hiroshima offered. Late at night when he should be sleeping? No way, not Bakugou, Sero said, pointing at the screen. Everyone went quiet. Bakugou wasn't sneaky in the hiding snacks way. He was sneaky in the I'm not telling you because it's not your business way, which was worse. The theory started small. Maybe he's planning something, Ida said seriously. Like extra training. Or vigilante stuff, Kaminari added. Like underground hero work. Or he joined a secret band, Mina said, and he's ghostwriting songs. That one's not even weird, Jiro shrugged. Then Otaku leaned in, eyes bright with the kind of energy that meant this was about to go off the rails. What if, she said slowly, Bakugou has a secret partner? The room exploded. No, Kaminari said instantly. A partner? Mina gasped. Like romantic? That's impossible, Sero said. He's openly bi, but sure, have you met him? Way too angry to date, Mina said solemnly. And Ren is straight, Kaminari added quickly. Everyone knows that, no matter what the fans want. So not his co-star, Otaku agreed, which makes it worse. Kirishima frowned. Guys, he wouldn't hide that from us, right? Jiro tilted her head. Wouldn't he? Everyone slowly looked at the door to Bakugou's room, locked again. Izuku hadn't said anything the whole time, which also suspicious. When Mina finally noticed, she squinted. Midoriya, you've been very quiet. Izuku jumped. Huh? What? No, I just think maybe we shouldn't. You're against following him, Otaku said. Izuku swallowed. I just think Kachan deserves privacy. That was it. That sealed it, because Izuku Midoriya did not argue against curiosity unless he knew something. Sarah leaned back. Okay, so Bakugou's hiding something. And Midoriya knows, Kaminari added. And it started after winter break, Mina said, which means it happened during winter break. Otaku nodded gravely. This is bigger than us. Ida adjusted his glasses. "We must ensure Bakugou's safety." "Totally," Mina agreed. They all paused, then Kaminari grinned. We're definitely just being nosy." "Obviously," Otako said. The next time the plan formed. The next time Bakugo left the dorms, they would follow him. Chapter 16. Follow him. Okay, wow, this is the last chapter. You ready? Let's get into this. They were good at this, which honestly made it worse. Walkie-talkies clipped under jackets, assigned roles, spacing, reflections checked in windows, Ida timing Bakugo's pace, Chiro listening for sudden stops, Sarah keeping high ground, and even Mina, especially Mina, was focused. Future pro heroes, after all. Bakugo Katsuki did not notice them. He walked like someone who knew exactly where he was going, hands in pockets, hood up, phone away for once. No tension in his shoulders, just quiet purpose. "He's turning left," Jiro murmured. "Copy," Otako replied. "Everyone slow." Bakugo stopped in front of a modest building with a bright sign. They all froze. "An animal shelter?" Kaminari whispered. Through the glass, they watched Bakugo step inside, and then, "Oh my god," Mina breathed. Bakugo knelt immediately. Arms full of fur as a dog practically tackled him. He actually laughed, and rubbed behind its ears like it was a muscle memory. A cat hopped onto his shoulder, another curled around his ankle. He knew their names. They heard it. "Hey, sweetheart," Bakugo said softly, scratching a chin. "Miss me?" The glass watched him help clean cages, refill bowls, sit on the floor while kittens climbed him like a jungle gym. He spoke gently, patiently, like this was normal, like this was his. "So," Sarah said slowly, "he's been volunteering." "And he's embarrassed about it," Otako added, instantly understanding. Kirishima smiled. "That's actually really on brand." Izuku exhaled, relieved. "Well," Ida said, adjusting his glasses, "mission's accomplished. Bakugo is safe." "Yeah," Mina added, already pulling out her phone. "Let's go get food." They split up easily after that, half heading back to the dorms, the rest drifting toward an arcade and a late-night place nearby. No one noticed Bakugo glance toward the window once. Inside he stood at the counter, voice low. "Maria," he said quietly. The woman behind him smiled without looking up. "They're gone." Bakugo relaxed instantly. "Thanks." He crouched one last time, pressing his forehead gently to a dog's. "I'll be back," he promised. "Be good." Then he slipped out the back. The alley beyond the shelter opened into a stretch of road splashed with graffiti, colorful, messy, alive. A motorcycle waited there, engine off, and beside it, a boy leaning casually against the bike, tall, broad-shouldered, dark clothes, red accents. Sharp eyes softened the moment Bakugo stepped into view. "Aaron, you lose them?" he asked. Bakugo smirked. "Yeah, took some work." Aaron stepped closer, hand sliding into Bakugo's jacket like it belonged there. "Good." Bakugo didn't hesitate. He kissed him. Easy, familiar, like coming home. Aaron rested his forehead against Bakugo's. "How are your parents?" Bakugo huffed. "Good. Won't stop yapping about you coming back to Japan with me. They're trying to be subtle." Aaron chuckled. "Are they?" "No," Bakugo said flatly, then softly. "But they're respecting this, mostly." He looked up, serious now. "I don't want everyone knowing. Not everything. Just because I'm famous doesn't mean they get my whole life." Aaron nodded. "Your rules, kitty." They put on their helmets. Bakugo climbed on behind him, arms settling around Aaron's waist like it was instinct. The engine roared to life, and just like that, they were gone. All right, so that was the last 4 chapters of Keeping Up with the Bakugos by Sunny from Cabin 10 CHB. I'm so sad that we have to end this series, but it was so good and it was so sweet while it lasted. I hope that you guys enjoyed this, and I did too. Remember to eat, sleep, drink your water, and take your meds. And when you sleep, go to bed at a reasonable time. You guys can't clown me because it's 12:30 p.m., which is just past noon. So, remember kids, be due and crime guy.